I'm considering buying turnkey rentals. What should I expect with these types of assets?
So I'm going to answer this based on two types of turnkey. Turnkey residential, turnkey commercial. Both scenarios, you're going to need the numbers. If it's turnkey, I'm going to define the terms the way I understand it. Turnkey should be, you're buying the property with a certain income from rent. Now, let me maybe use this. And let's say it's residential or it's commercial. So commercial, let's divide it into two. You have the per square foot type of residential commercial rent. You have the per unit type of rent. Okay, residential, you have the long term, and then the vacation rentals. Okay, so the per square foot will be like retail, could be industrial, could be office space. Sometimes they go per square foot, sometimes per unit. But anyway, and the unit will be the apartment buildings, right? The storage, which are pretty good always. You can have flex. All right. So what's happening here is whatever the type of property, I want to see the numbers. You want to make your decisions based on facts and figures. Facts are observable events. It's a fact. I could see it. The car is parked here and there is no parking space. That's a fact. Okay. Figures. Okay. What is the revenue? What are the associated expenses? And what is the net operating income? So you can make a sober, clear decision. And is there an upside? So the $1 million question is there an upside? Okay. So the key thing, okay, so you're going to buy a turnkey property. Let's see what the long-term rent is. So this property rents for $1,200 a month, and the associated expenses are, I don't know, $250, and you keep 50 in reserve, so you're going to make $900. Now let's calculate the number and see if it makes financial sense. You can borrow now at a higher interest amount. So always, I hate to be so absolute, now always ask the seller if they were Kelly financing. Ask the broker to ask the seller. That's where the problem is the brokers don't want anything with complications. They don't want extra conversations. They want, I want a list, got the paperwork, move on to the next deal so I can put food on the table. But if they actually ask, it makes a world of difference. I was trying to negotiate a deal in Los Angeles, and the broker said, I made the offer $1.2 million. It's a very small property. It's just run down. It's depressing. Just look at the pictures, you feel depressed. You feel like, why am I alive? You know, it's that type of property, you know? And I said to the lady, you guys want $1,699,000. How about an offer at $1.2 million? And she said, no, we have an offer at $1,350,000 and the owner did not take it. I'm telling you the truth. I just want to sell the property and move on. She said that. So I said, okay, $1,350,000, didn't take it. I'll give you $1.4 million, but there is one caveat. She said, what? We'll give you $400,000 cash. I'd like the seller to carry $1 million. She said, carry, what do you mean by that? He will have to carry the financing for just 2 years, at 6% interest. She said, 6% interest? I've never asked the seller if they want to carry financing. Let me get back to you on that. She came back and she said, are you going to be owner occupier? Because in California, if you're going to occupy, there are certain rules that you have to follow. That you cannot prepay the note for until it passes over 2 years, and then a lot of rules. So I said, no, it's going to be an investment. It's under my company. You don't have to worry about that. And I'll give you personal guarantees, $400,000. You know, it's literally money that he will keep. I just want to close, and he carries the financing. He will get an income on $1 million. 6% is $5,000 a month. So unfortunately, they got a better offer from somebody else. They say the market is going down. I haven't seen it go down yet, but it will eventually. Right? Remember, I've been saying forever, 2023 will be the year you will really feel that thing gonna get depressed. They have to depress it because they keep raising the interest rate. We predict they're gonna raise it another couple times. There is a meeting on December 14th, 14, I believe, December 13, something like that. They have to increase it some more. And then in next year, probably a couple more increases all the way till April, take it to a level where it's going to match the inflation. So it starts making sense. Okay, we know that it has to happen. It will be strange not to. And the good news, when they increase interest rates, what happens to property prices? They go down. So you either get a good deal on the property or a good deal on the interest rate. Now, so if you get a good deal on the property and have them carry the financing, you're paying less in points. They are willing to get some cash flow, etc. So you need to know how to communicate your thoughts and ideas. And sadly, sometimes you have to communicate through people who don't want to communicate to the third party. Okay, so back to this. Turnkey, long term, get the numbers, check the lease. Vacation rentals, they have to show you the Airbnb rental. They have to show you the rent roll. They have to show you the tourism tax they pay, because they pay taxes on these regularly. You want to see the pictures before you go spend time visiting each property. In commercial, it's pretty simple. When per square foot, just look at the lease. If it's triple net, it's the easiest property to inspect. It's one lease, there's either corporate guarantee or no corporate guarantee. There are deposits made in the bank. You get to see it, and you get to see the 1099 that they send. The tenant sends the 1099 that says, here, we paid so much in rent to John Doe LLC. And then if it's per unit, that's the hardest one to verify. It has a lot of moving parts, how much repair each unit has. Estoppels, people have to sign that, yes, I give a deposit for so much, that's my rent. You have to review all these rents, etc. So turnkey is important. I love the properties that you can buy and have immediate cash flow. I bought properties that are vacation rentals. I bought them. The people had set up the property, started the vacation rental business. They thought their daughter is going to handle it. The daughter fell in love with a guy. The guy wants to move. So they put it for sale. So I came in and I bought it from them. And immediately within 2 weeks, we put it. Actually, we even took some of the reservations. So it was beautiful buying it and having the cash flow right away. And now we're adding a pool. So we're adding value, etc. So yes, but I looked at the numbers and I looked at what the area does. And you can do that. You can go to AirDNA, like David, Nancy, Adam, airdna.com. Or .co. Anyway, you have to check it out. Just Google it, AirDNA, and you can put the zip code and the area, and it tells you what you should predict, you should expect in rental income. And sometimes they go a little bit high. Oh, this property can make 90,000 a year, but it's going to make like maybe 75,000 a year. So be a little conservative, but it's a good way to predict. On long-term rent, you can go to rentometer.com. meter.com, and then you can put by zip code the size of the place. It's going to tell you what you should expect. So a 3-bedroom, a 2-bedroom, if it's a condo or this. These here, you check the comparable rents and comparable sales, and you can do that by going to different websites, commercial websites. You can Google commercial websites, loopnet.com, CoStar, and so many other websites to figure out the comparable rents and know, because most likely here they're going to tell you there is an upside potential. I'm only renting at 900, but you can rent at 1200. Well, sometimes it's true, sometimes the biggest lie in the business. But if it's true, realize that if there are 10 units and they're rented at 900 and you're supposed to rent them at 1200, probably 4 of them, when you move into 1200, they're going to leave. So yeah, you're going to make more from 6, but by the time you put these people back in at 1200, the new people back in at 1200, you have to now clean the units, pay commissions, have some free months, and then they perform. So why would you do it? Because the multiplier is going to make the property worth, every dollar on the bottom line is going to be worth maybe $15 on the upside. So if you increase the rental income for the whole year by, let's say, maybe it's just a small year, like 20,000, 20 units. So you increase the income by just $500 a unit. So times 20 units is 10,000. So you increase the income 120,000 a year, and that area sells at 8% cap. That's $1.5 million increase. I repeat, if you're going to increase the rental income $500 a month, there are some, they're like Louisiana or maybe some small place in Texas. I just saw an apartment building is 15 units. It's just too far and will need some extra work. I don't do that. But property had about easy, conservatively, 10,000 extra per month. That's 120,000 a year. divided by 0.08 for an 8% cap. That's how you calculate it. It will translate into $1.5 million in profit. So could be very profitable, but do I want to go to Louisiana? Do I have the team that can fix it in Louisiana? When they leave, do I have the people that are going to maintain, clean up the units, etc.? That's the thing. Now, can you get a hotel? Like, these are units. So you can get a hotel where you buy it and it comes in with the full team. I told us, looking at a hotel, has 16 people. I can come in, just change the merchant account number, change a couple of things. It has a team, it has a management, they're good people, fairly good property, etc. We just have to run it and follow the rules of Red Roof Inn, which is the requirements to operate it. Didn't require a lot of changes to get it up to the standard of whatever franchise we're using. It could be very profitable if you know how to now add to that income. Always look at the current income, verify it, and see if there is an upside. That's where the big money is.